And good morning. Welcome to Wayne County Now. It is Wednesday, May the 29th, 2024. I'm Dustin Fuller reporting. A reminder, these and other stories are available by visiting us at our website, mywaynecountynow.com. A lot of news to go through, so let's get you started on what's making news on this Wednesday morning. Fairfield City Council held their second session of the month of May Tuesday evening. Prior to the council meeting, there was a public hearing in regard to the potential sale of city-owned real property. Nobody spoke for or against the potential sale. Also, prior to the discussion of business, Mayor Gary Moore offered his condolences to Eugene McGill and his family as his father recently passed away. City Council approved the sale of property at the old Boyd Addition area that was acquired a few months ago. The bid for the property was for $10,000. In the bid information that was released, Mayor Moore stated that the property was going to be used to construct and operate a dance studio. The new owner of the property says construction on the new dance studio will start as soon as possible. Mayor Gary Moore says it's a win-win for the community, as well as for the property taxes, as property taxes will start to be charged back on that property. The City Council approved a raise for part-time staff at the Fairfield Municipal Airport. The raise will be up to the IBEW contract standard for part-time employees. Council approved the installation of a right-turn-only sign at Southwest 3rd in Delaware. According to Fairfield City Attorney Darren Rice, Police Chief Colt Glazier during the last meeting addressed the council on the need for the sign. It was mentioned that the connector road in that area between Maine and Delaware was private property. Colt Glazier reiterated that in order to access that private road from Southwest 3rd, you would have to turn against the flow of traffic, and with that area being a one-way street, that is an illegal turn. Council discussed a school resource officer agreement with Fairfield Public School District 112. At their special board meeting last week, their board approved a 3-year agreement with the city for the school resource officer. Fairfield Community High School currently has an officer supplied by the city police department. The pay on the position is on the level of a 5th-year police officer. That amount is $61,734.40. The total cost with training for the city will be $75,552.28. That would also have retirement and health involved with the position. As part of the agreement, Fairfield Public School District 112 would contribute 80% of the salary. The salary of the school resource officer would also be adjusted with the Fraternal Order of Police contract. The officer was approved by the council unanimously. Following routine business, Mayor Moore talked about the repeal of the grocery tax. That repeal will take effect January 1st of 2026. According to Mayor Moore, the repeal of the grocery tax will add up to where municipalities can add a 1% grocery tax if they would like. The amount of revenue that the 1% tax generates, according to Moore, is roughly between $250,000 and $300,000. Moore says that without doing anything, that the money would disappear from the city budget. Moore also discussed Wayne County Animal Control. The city of Fairfield, like the county, is experiencing issues with the pickup of animals requested by city officials. Mayor Moore stated in the meeting that if you're having a problem with animal control, to contact the Wayne County Humane Society first before calling authorities. Mayor Moore continued to say that if calling the Humane Society does not get the situation taken care of, to call him directly and discuss the issue. Mayor Moore stated that the Humane Society does not patrol for animals. Mayor Moore also stated that the city has a contract which Wayne County Now has recently obtained through a FOIA request. That contract reads that the city pays $2,000 a month for animal control services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Finally, Mayor Moore addressed the city on why restrooms are currently locked at Maple Hill Cemetery. According to Mayor Moore, He feels that the staff at the cemetery should not have to clean up soiled underwear, soiled pants, or soiled floors. Moore stated that in the meeting that he is going to have a discussion with cemetery officials to look into having the restrooms open during normal business hours. Mayor Moore also mentioned that if the restrooms cannot be used in the way they're designed to be used, he will lock them up. Problems are also happening at Freedom Park involving a homeless person. Currently, Freedom Park's restrooms are available during normal business hours. Alderman Cheryl Eckelberry mentioned to the board about reports of dogs going in the cemetery and also being active on extra long leashes. Mayor Moore reminds residents that they are responsible for cleaning up after their pet and that both cats and dogs are required to be on a leash if they're outside. The next Fairfield City Council meeting is set for June 11th. Fairfield officials gave an update on pavement work that's taking place throughout town. Officials say that paving will begin on the connector streets on Wednesday. That work will begin on Southeast 6th Street and move west. The work is still scheduled to be completed this week. Residents are asked to keep vehicles clear of connector streets that are under construction and to choose alternative routes. Officials ask that you also slow down and consider the worker safety in work zones. Last Friday, federal, state, and county law enforcement arrested Aaron C. Webb of rural Fairfield on multiple charges, including aggravated domestic battery, and domestic battery. According to a previous release from the Wayne County Sheriff's Department, Webb was also on parole from the Indiana Department of Corrections at the time of his arrest. In open court on Tuesday, the state is accusing Webb of aggravated domestic battery based on strangulation of a family member, aggravated battery for another incident, and domestic battery for slapping a family member in the face. Webb was appointed public defender Heidi Hoffey to serve as his attorney. Webb in open court had an initial concern of conflict of interest, claiming that Hoffey defended one of the victims in the alleged incidents in the past. The court and attorney Hoffey did not see any conflict of interest in the incident. After a recess, it was learned that Webb was eligible for habitual offender status, meaning that he could spend the next 30 to 60 years in the Illinois Department of Corrections. Judge Denton Odd denied pretrial release to Webb, and he was remanded to the Wayne County Jail. Webb will also have to go to Indiana to face the Indiana Department of Corrections parole violation warrant. Webb will be back in Wayne County Court July 9th at 11:30 a.m. Over the weekend, Terry J. Hicksonbaugh of Fairfield was arrested by Fairfield City Police on a warrant for failure to appear on an aggravated battery charge. It was learned in Wayne County Court on Tuesday that the state also has filed a petition to revoke pretrial release for Hicksonbaugh. The petition was filed based on an incident where Hicksonbaugh was charged with harassment after allegedly calling an individual that he was to have no contact with over 300 times in April. Hicksonbaugh's attorney Heidi Hoffey and Wayne County Assistant State's Attorney Kyle Ellis made their arguments in front of Judge Denton Odd. Hoffey argued that Hicksonbaugh had not violated his tightened conditions of pretrial release since the court has placed him on a GPS monitor. Officials with pretrial services also confirmed that in open court. Judge Denton Odd in court told Hicksonbaugh that the only reason he denied the state's motion to revoke pretrial release was because he has been compliant since being on a GPS monitor. Assistant State's Attorney Kyle Ellis in open court argued that the state filed the motion based on getting information about the harassment arrest that happened before the tightening of conditions of Hicksonbaugh's pretrial release after the hearing. Ellis argued before the court that Hicksonbaugh had several open cases in Wayne County, including cases of battery and harassment. Hicksonbaugh is scheduled to be back in Wayne County Court in June. We have a traffic note to pass along this morning. County Highway 7 west of Jeff will be closed this morning from 7 a.m. until noon from US 45 to County Road 1400 East. That closure is for shoulder and ditch work. Officials ask that you seek an alternate route during the upcoming road work. The dog park at the Wayne County Humane Society is now open. That dog park is open from 1:30 in the afternoon until 30 minutes before dark, 7 days a week. Officials at the Humane Society ask that you check into the office first during normal business hours between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Officials say that the dog park is for use at your own risk. Officials also say that animals must be up to date on rabies and parvo shots. Illinois State Police arrested a McLeansboro man following a traffic incident late Friday. At 11:20 p.m., ISP took 35-year-old Johnny E. Green into custody. Green faces a count of aggravated DUI and was booked into the Wayne County Jail. Fairfield City Police arrested a Fairfield woman following a call of domestic disturbance in the 900 block of Epworth Street. At 3:57 p.m. on Monday, police took 53-year-old Tanya L. Brinkley into custody. Brinkley faces a count of domestic battery and was booked into the Wayne County Jail. It is currently 6:10 at Wayne County now. We'll take a look at your weather forecast coming up in just a few moments. This is Wayne County Now.
When you need concrete or masonry work, New Gen Concrete is your go-to in Wayne County and the surrounding area. They can help you finish that concrete project with anything from flat work, stairs and stem walls to decorative stamping and masonry resurfacing. New Gen Concrete, set in stone on Williamson Drive in Fairfield. Call 618-516-5002 or email them at newgenconcretellc@yahoo.com to get on the schedule today.
When Justin, a local volunteer firefighter, needs one of the department's trucks serviced, he calls CAM, whose repair company keeps everything rolling. In turn, Justin helps keep CAM and all of the community safe. Together, they support each other. And Wayne White Electric Cooperative supports them and every member with safe and reliable power. It's why REMCs exist. And together, it all works.
Hey, welcome back to Wayne County Now. It is currently 6:11 in the morning. And time now to take a look at your weather forecast. It's going to be beautiful out today once again. Mostly sunny skies in store, high of 75. For tonight, mostly clear, the low around 52. Sunshine Thursday, 77 your high. Thursday evening, mostly clear, 54 the low. Sunshine Friday, warmer, high near 80. Showers, thunderstorms return Friday night to the forecast. 30% chance on Friday night. Mostly cloudy, the low around 59. Showers, thunderstorms in the forecast Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday with highs in the upper 70s to mid 80s and lows on those days in the lower 60s to upper 60s. As that is a look at your weather forecast on Wayne County Now. It is currently 6:12. We'll take a look at area obituaries coming up. Obituaries on Wayne County Now, presented by Everlasting Florals, 900 West Delaware Street in Fairfield, and the Johnson & Vaughn Funeral Home, 106 Northeast 4th Street in Fairfield. If you're looking for supplies for memorial decorations or a memorial piece, look no further than Everlasting Florals, formerly Leg Manufacturing, at 900 West Delaware in Fairfield. Owners Chad and Melissa Musgrave offer a full line of wholesale and retail floral supplies, silk flowers for every season, and even manufacture a variety of items in-house, from wire and aluminum saddles to cemetery can holders, shepherd's hooks, and flag holders. Everlasting Florals, making the world more colorful, one stem at a time.
The loss of a loved one can leave you with a lot of unanswered questions, feelings of stress and anxiety, and grief. The experienced funeral directors at Johnson & Vaughn Funeral Home in Fairfield can help guide you through all aspects of the funeral process to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. Call them at 618-842-6006. The Johnson & Vaughn Funeral Home, 106 Northeast 4th Street in Fairfield, serving the Wayne County area with compassion, dignity, and respect.
Time now for a look at local and area obituaries on Wayne County Now. And looking at those obituaries, 76-year-old Richard Lloyd Parker of Sisney passed away At 9:47 a.m. on Saturday, May 25th, at St. Vincent Hospital in Evansville. He was born November 23rd of 1947 in St. Louis, Missouri, to Richard D. Dick and Mary Jeanette Norman Parker. His mother was the oldest first-time mother at Barnes Jewish Hospital at that time, being 39 years old. On July 3rd of 1977, he married the love of his life, Peggy I. Atterbury Parker. Rick graduated from Harrisburg High School in the class of 1966, and after high school attended the University of Missouri in Rolla, graduating in 1971 with a physics degree. Rick came back to Harrisburg and worked in the family business, Lloyd L. Parker Furniture and Piano Store. His grandfather had started the business in 1914, and for the last 10 years before the store closed in 1988, Rick was the owner. He was also a member of the Harrisburg Elks Lodge BPOE 1058 for over 50 years. Survivors include his wife Peggy Parker of Sisney, two sons Lloyd L. and wife Stacia Parker of Harrisburg, Logan and wife Angie Parker of Flora, Lindsay and husband Lance Inslee of Sisney, and 8 grandchildren, Jackson and Luca Parker, Mason Lothar, Caden Parker, Kate Parker, Savannah, and Anna Beth Inslee. He was preceded to death by his parents and grandparents. The body of Richard L. Parker has been cremated, and a memorial service will be held on Saturday, June 8th at 11:30 a.m. at the Johnson Devon Funeral Home in Fairfield. A visitation will be from 10 a.m. until service time. Burial will be at a later date at Sunset Lawn Cemetery in Harrisburg. Memorial donations may be made to Hope Ministries in Jeff and will be accepted at the Johnson Devon Funeral Home. Johnson Devon Funeral Home of Fairfield assisting the family with arrangements. 49-year-old Jackie L. Middleton of Jeff passed away at 6:14 p.m. on Sunday, May 26th at Fairfield Memorial Hospital. She was born February 24th of 1975 in Flora to William Joseph and Sharon K. Webb Middleton. Jackie had been a waitress at Louise's Country Kitchen in Jeff. She also loved horseback riding and loved to play bingo at the American Legion in Fairfield, where she was part of the Women's Auxiliary. Survivors include her father, William J. Middleton of Jeff, 2 brothers, Joseph and significant other Dusty Middleton of Jeff, and Jerome Middleton of Fairfield, a sister, Tina West of Jeff, along with 2 nephews and 2 nieces. She was preceded to death by her mother, Sharon Middleton, her maternal grandparents, Virginia Harrell and Lowell Webb, and her paternal grandparents, Bill Middleton and Helen Slinkard. Jackie's body has been cremated. No formal services or burial are announced. Johnson Devon Funeral Home of Fairfield is assisting the family with arrangements. 83-year-old Kenneth Ray McGill of Fairfield passed away at 2:50 p.m. on Wednesday, May 22nd at Ascension St. Vincent Hospital in Evansville. He'd worked at Moreland Distributing for his brother-in-law, Harry Moreland, distributing milk throughout the area. Kenneth was born in Fairfield on March 17, 1941, to the Reverend Ralph and Tracy Camfield McGill. Kenneth is survived by his daughter, Roxana, and significant other, Rennie Crow of Mount Carmel, sons Ray and wife Lisa McGill of Mount Vernon, Walter and wife Karen McGill of Topeka, Kansas, Eugene Tubby McGill of Fairfield, and Henry and wife Dixie McGill of Fairfield. 18 grandchildren, 17 great-grandchildren, sisters Geraldine Johnston of Fairfield, Louise Moreland of Fairfield, Ellen Moreland of Effingham, Roberta and husband Ron Mills of Fairfield, and Anita Harrison of Fairfield. Brothers Eugene McGill of Katy, Texas, and Gary McGill of Fairfield, plus several nieces and nephews also survive. Kenneth was preceded to death by his parents, wife Maudie McGill, sister Maxine Barbary, and brother James McGill. Funeral services are at 1 this afternoon at the Holiness Rescue Mission in Fairfield. Burial will be in Buckeye Cemetery. Visitation will be from 11 a.m. until service time at the church. In lieu of flowers, memorials may be made to help with funeral expenses and will be accepted at the Johnson Devon Funeral Home and at the service as well. 67-year-old Teresa Ann Kaiser passed away Wednesday, May 22nd, surrounded by family after a hard-fought battle with liver cancer. Teresa was born February 16th of 1957 in Wayne County and married Sam Kaiser on December 18th of 1976. Teresa's immediate family survivors include her husband Sam, daughter Heidi, and husband Jamie Hodges, and son Ryan and wife Michelle Kaiser, as well as 4 grandchildren, Hayden and Hillary Hodges, and Harv and Ryan Kaiser. She was also leaving behind her mother, mother-in-law, brothers, brothers-in-law, sisters-in-law, several nieces and nephews, and many friends who knew her as Nana. A funeral service is set for 10 a.m. this morning at Johnson & Vaughn Funeral Home, followed immediately by a lunch and celebration of life at the home of Ryan and Michelle Kaiser. In lieu of flowers, the family asks that you donate to Cancer Care Specialist for Illinois at their Fairfield Clinic. Donations will be accepted at the Johnson & Vaughn Funeral Home. 81-year-old Dolly Jean Thomason passed away 1:15 a.m. on Tuesday, May the 7th, at Meadowbrook Skilled Nursing and Rehabilitation in Grayville. Dolly was born in Detroit, Michigan, June 17th of 1942 to Charles Jerd and Catherine Kate Klobuchar Butler. She was a member of the Northside Baptist Church in Fairfield, and Dolly had worked for several years at Fairfield Sewing Factory and later at Airtex, where she retired. Dolly is survived by son Kent and wife Lisa Thomason of Fairfield, daughter Robin, and husband Jesse Thornton of Marion, Kentucky. 4 grandchildren, Shaylee Thomason of St. Louis, Missouri, Carver Thomason of Fairfield, Tara Beck of Fairfield, and Shelby West of Albion. 2 great-grandchildren, Keegan Smith of Fairfield and Vivian West of Albion. 2 sisters, Betty and husband Jim Beeson of Jeff, and Frances Musgrave of Grayville. Dolly was preceded at death by a son, Brent Thomason, brother Bobby Butler, half-sister Pat Aston-Borski, and half-brother Charles Bud Butler. Per Dolly's wishes, her body was cremated, and a graveside memorial service is set for 2 p.m. on Friday at Maple Hill Cemetery. Friends and family are asked to go directly to the cemetery. The Johnson & Vaughn Funeral Home of Fairfield is assisting the family with arrangements. 6:21 is the time now at Wayne County Now. We will take a look at community calendar notes coming up in just a few moments. Community calendar notes presented by our friends at friends of ours at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
No time to run to the bank? No problem. People's National Bank makes banking easy and convenient with PNB To Go mobile banking. PNB To Go allows you to deposit checks, pay bills, transfer money between accounts, view your statements, turn your debit card off and on, and much more, all on your smartphone. It truly is banking at your fingertips with PNB To Go mobile banking. People's National Bank, member FDIC.
Dive into summer with the latest styles at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield. From top to bottom, Carnaby Square has everything you need to embrace the season in style with brands like Charlie B, Multiples, Jess & Jane, Lucky Bird, and Tribal in sizes from small to extra, extra large. Plus, Carnaby Square carries the largest selection of Brighton purses, jewelry, and accessories around. Carnaby Square, the fashion leader in Southern Illinois, located at 115 East Main Street in Fairfield, making you look great since 1980.
Time now to take a look at community calendar notes on Wayne County Now. If you have a community calendar note you want to send us, very simple. You can email it to news@mywaynecountynow.com. You can send it to us on Facebook. You can text it to us to 618-737-9996, or you can go to our website, mywaynecountynow.com, go to the community calendar submission drop-down, submit it that way as well. Taking a look at the community calendar notes, Fairfield City Fire Department and Marshall are putting together a pork burger and pork chop sandwich sale at the parking lot of F&B Community Bank on Saturday from 11 a.m. until they are sold out of pork burgers and pork chops. All proceeds will go towards the recently purchased Children's Fire Safety House for repairs. The safety house will be brought to the area schools to help teach children on what to do if a fire is to ever break out in their home. We invite you to bring your family on the 1st as well to let kids take a tour through the safety house and get their pictures taken with Marshall and the fire truck. And other community calendar notes, the Journey Church on Leininger Road in Fairfield will be hosting an outdoor movie night on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. The movie will be Narnia. You're invited to bring a comfy seat and snacks to share. The church will have popcorn and drinks for you this coming Sunday at 7:30. Pickleball Players of Wayne County present Pork Burgers and Pickleball. That'll be June 22nd and June 23rd. It'll be at the Lakeside Tennis Courts on Tice Clevenger Drive. It is $35 plus $5 per event. If you have any questions, you can contact Suzanne Webb at 618-919-0531, or you can go through swebtravels@gmail.com. Send an email that way if you have any questions. Community calendar notes can be sent, once again, news@mywaynecountynow.com. You can send them to our Facebook page. You can leave a note through the community calendar submission tab at mywaynecountynow.com, or you can also shoot us a text at 618-737-9996. Sports coming up next at 6:25. This is Wayne County Now.
Whatever your project might be, Gibbs Excavating and Land Management, LLC, has the right tool and the expertise to get the job done right. The crew at Gibbs Excavating and Land Management can handle any job from stump grinding or forestry mulching, driveway repair, concrete demo and rock work to dirt and auger work, trenching, and even garden tilling. Call 618-516-1462 or email Austin at austingibbs70@yahoo.com to schedule your free estimate today.
Welcome back to Wayne County Now. Time now for a look at sports. Black Diamond Conference has released their all-conference team for baseball and softball. Fairfield's Landon Harrelson and Dylan Fleeter have made the all-conference team for baseball, while Mabry Ellis, Caden Wells, and Reagan Wells have made all-conference for softball. This year's MVP for the conference was Jex Schnepper from Edwards County for baseball, and for softball, it was Carmi's Audrey Upton. Captain for the baseball team is Carmi's Caleb Cybers, while Kaylee Brake was named captain for softball. Brake is from Hamilton County. Taking a look at action from Major League Baseball that took place on Tuesday. Boston defeated Baltimore 8-3. Cardinals down the Reds 7-1 at Great American Ballpark. Oakland shut out Tampa Bay 3-0. Atlanta shut down Washington 2-0. Kansas City fell to Minnesota as the Twins doubled up the Royals 4-2. Toronto down Chicago White Sox 7-2. It was the Cubs doubling up Milwaukee 6-3. Texas over Arizona 4-2. Cleveland over Colorado 13-7. The LA Angels over the New York Yankees 4-3. It was Seattle over Houston 4-2. San Diego blanks Miami 4-0. Took 10 innings for San Francisco to scratch a run across, knocking off Philadelphia 1-0. And in a twin bill, the Dodgers sweep a twin bill against the Mets. Game 1 took 10 innings for the Dodgers to win 5-2 over the Mets. Game 2, a 3-0 shutout win over the Mets. Postponed yesterday due to weather, Pittsburgh at Detroit. Major League Baseball slate for today at 12:10 this afternoon. It is the Cardinals on the road for the rubber match of a 3-game set at Great American Ballpark. That will be carried on 105.9 FM WOKZ. 12:10 first pitch this afternoon. Arizona is at Texas at 1:35. At 2:45 this afternoon, Philadelphia at San Francisco. The LA Dodgers are at the New York Mets at 3:10 this afternoon. Also at 3:10, Miami is at San Diego. At 5:35 this evening, Boston's at Baltimore. At 5:50, Oakland at Tampa Bay. At 6:20 p.m., Washington's in Atlanta. At 6:40 p.m., Kansas City at Minnesota. Toronto at the Chicago White Sox, and the Chicago Cubs are at Milwaukee. At 7:40 this evening, Cleveland is in Colorado. At the 8:38 p.m. time frame, New York Yankees are at the LA Angels. And at 9:40 or 8:40 this evening, make that Houston's at Seattle. Twin bill today. It's a back-to-back doubleheader. Pittsburgh at Detroit. That action starts at 11:40 this morning, with Game 1, Game 2 shortly following. In the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs in the Eastern Conference, Florida ties the series up with the New York Rangers at 2 apiece. They pick up a 3-2 win over the Rangers. Tonight, it is Game 4 between Dallas and Edmonton in the Western Conference Stanley Cup playoffs. Dallas holds a 2-1 lead over Edmonton in that best of 7. In the NBA playoffs, make that. Minnesota staves off elimination as they win Game 4 over Dallas, 105-100. Dallas still leads the series 3-1. The next game is tomorrow evening. It'll be at Target Center as Dallas will visit Minnesota. In the WNBA, 3 games on the docket last night. Connecticut downs Phoenix 70-47. It was the LA Sparks over the Indiana Fever 88-82. And Seattle over Chicago 77-68. 3 games on the slate tonight. Phoenix at the New York Liberty at 6. Atlanta at Washington at 6. And at 7 this evening, Las Vegas visits Minnesota. History and the Mystery coming up here in just a few moments on Wayne County Now. It is currently 6:30 at Wayne County Now. We hope you're having yourself a good morning, and we say thank you, whether you're listening to us live on RJ on the Air, on the Wayne County Now Facebook and YouTube channels as well. We do say thank you for joining us. Also, if you're catching us on demand, we thank you for listening as well. This is Wayne County Now. Time now for History and the Mystery.
History, a bit of a mystery. I'm Dave Land. Let's talk about berries. These days, most of us get our fruits and vegetables from a grocery store. They may be from a local field or from Florida or Texas. Some might say the sweetest berries were always grown locally. Strawberries and blackberries do well growing in Wayne County. Over the years, several families around the country would tend to a strawberry patch. The small ruby berries took careful tending to produce an abundant crop. And if it was a good year, the neighbors would be invited to come and pick a pint for a small fee. Who could resist a taste right off the vine or the sweetest juiciness of sliced strawberries with ice cream? Families would also stew the berries and make strawberry jam. A cold spell around the 1st of June is still referred to as blackberry winter. Wild blackberries were once abundant in this area, growing along fence rows and on the edge of the forest. Who remembers donning long pants, long sleeves, walking along the bushes in search of those dark little blackberries clinging to the thorny twigs? As children, we were warned to pick more than you eat, or there would not be enough for a warm, bubbly fruit cobbler. Once the jelly jars were washed and filled with blackberry jam, the top would be sealed with melted paraffin wax to lock in freshness. You had to slide the butter knife between the side of the jar and the wax to break the seal. The jar and even the round disc of wax would be reused the next year. I am thankful for the ease and availability of fruit and vegetables and jars of Smucker's jam, but a lot of love goes into hand-picked and homemade.
Very true on that. Thank you, Dave. And time now to see what's cooking up on the area menus. We're going to start off with the Fairfield Memorial Hospital. At Fairfield Memorial Hospital today, the menu for lunch shows roasted turkey or Mongolian beef. Side options are mashed potatoes and gravy or broccoli. Cook's choice for your soup and sandwich of the day, peach pie is your dessert. For dinner this evening, it is cracker breaded cod or corned beef. For your entree, sides are coleslaw, tiny whole potatoes or spinach, and honeydew melon is your dessert. If you have a menu, send it to us, news@mywaynecountynow.com. And I want to say thanks for joining us on this Wednesday morning. I'm Dustin Fuller with Wayne County Now Morning News. More news, weather, and sports anytime, available on our website, mywaynecountynow.com. Have yourself a good rest of your Wednesday.